Oh, okay, big changes. Cheers everybody. Big changes afoot. This isn't an easy vlog to make because it kind of feels a bit like I'm just a bit sad really for all the work that I've done, but I really I am a realist. And I've been offered a little bit more work, more hours rather, at my job, so it's having an impact on what I'm able to do on the allotments. So it had me thinking, I've got to have a slurp, hold on. It had me thinking what to do, and I mean, it's sort of staring me in the face really, but I've got a fair sized little allotment in my garden. Why am I still coming to the allotment, spending a lot of time here, of which I'm not going to be able to do once I start these extra hours, especially in the summertime. Summertime really, it's quite difficult getting down here because there's a routine. I come here before school, etc, etc, and also afterwards. But I mean, I was very close to actually just stopping doing the channel altogether. I was giving that some consideration. And that's probably still a possibility depending on how everyone reacts, you know, whether how you feel about it. Whether you know, some people might not be very happy that I'm giving up the allotments rather, which is, you know, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but it's in the real world, you know, with the things that I'm doing, etc., especially with work related, you know, that's actual finances it comes down to. Oh, it's so complicated and difficult. So I'm not going to give it up immediately because there are lots of plants here that I'd like to take to the new garden, and the new garden I need to get ready because it is overrun with weeds because it's been neglected, because by the time I get home I have no energy, whereas I could, I mean, because I've spent all my time here. Yeah, so it's tricky. And I was doing a sort of clearing a little bit yesterday, and I was thinking maybe actually it will be better for me to, especially with the longer, lighter evenings, to transfer the channel to the home garden, as it were. I probably wouldn't change the name or anything like that. Just carry on, it's just a different place, you know, that kind of stuff. And it is a little bit like starting from scratch. So yeah, that's really the big change. The plots filming from the plots is going to be slowly stopping. I am keen to create another pond in the new place because I've got pond plants I've spent money on, and I really want to take them with me because they were my birthday plants and all that kind of stuff. And I love that pond, I really do. It's kind of weird, you kind of just end up loving certain things like the boysenberry. I really love that boysenberry, and it's coming into flower. I mean, I'm not sure how long this is going to take, but I wouldn't mind hanging around for when that comes into fruition, because there's going to be an awful lot of, it will be the best year yet since I've had it. But I am actually in the process of trying to get cuttings from it. So these are boysenberry in water, and I've got just to try two methods. Oops, I don't want the water dropping in my coffee. In you know, damp, moist soil, potting compost. And then there's slowly the emptying of the shed, etc. over time. Because I've also had sown some, I'll move my coffee out the way, that's probably safer. Some sage seed from my sage seeds that I'd harvested from that lovely sage plant. And sage is such a fantastic, can you see them? So they're worth kind of looking after and repotting on and sort of growing, so that I can take them to the new place, the new garden, because it's still the new garden. We've only been there 4 months or so. What month are we in now? 5 months, yeah. yeah, and if that does well, if I manage to, I mean, and you know, a lot, if you're watching this expecting expertise, then I'm sorry, because that's not what this channel's about. It was really just a sort of what am I doing today? Have, you know, not structured. It's not structured like that, and I think a lot of people probably expect that, because they'd subscribe, and then I'd notice every time I uploaded a video I'd lose subscribers. So it kind of makes you think, oh, what's the point? You know, because you know, when you do YouTube, you don't do it. You do it for to get your subscription or subscribers up. You want to get as many as you can manage ever. You don't, you know, that's the whole point. And the more subscribers you have, the more that people watch, the more money you earn from the ad revenue. So it becomes financially viable. I worked out that I'm earning just over £1 a day from the allotment, but that's not taking into consideration the cost. So this, I think it's around £55 or £60 for a year per plot, and I've obviously got two, so just £120 expense per year, roughly, versus, I've done the maths, you know, it's working at a loss. So we can't afford that. We cannot actually afford that. So I always intended for the channel to really pay for itself, at least. And honestly, I've appreciated your support for the last in a lot of cases, nearly a year, over a year. I've had this. I mean, we started in January, a year ago January, so it's a year and a half for plot 25 and a year for this plot 26. And I am pretty pleased with what I've done, but I would have wanted to have got, you know, for the whole thing to be more successful. So, you know, that makes you start looking elsewhere for to help pay the bills, hence the seeking sort of further hours at work, etc., and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's the change. Yeah. The pond is really important. I really want to create a pond in the allotment. It's big enough, and there's a massive amount of raspberries. There's a massive red, not red, I don't know if it's red, currant bush that I only realised was there yesterday. And there's room for lots of plants. It's not as big as what I've got currently, but it's probably half the size of a one plot. And I've got 2 plots, so it would be much more manageable, although it needs a lot of clearing. And the next vlog after this, I'll probably be from the garden, starting the clearing. But there will be more vlogs from here if you're interested, but it'll be me really trying to harvest or take what I can for the new garden, because I need to get that ready. So yeah, I mean, I think it's good if rather than kind of slog on and be unhappy with it and struggle to fulfill time. I think that's the thing with allotments. If you don't have the time, if you're losing the time, specifically for me, availability at a certain particular time, then I have to be realistic and think, then it's not, you know, it's not going to work anymore. Yeah. There's a rhubarb crown actually. I must start, maybe I need to write down a list of the plants I'd like to take. And then work out whether or not I can take them if they're too unhappy with the process of being moved. So yeah, I want to say massive thank you for everyone who watches, and hopefully you might stick around to see what happens in the next few months. Who knows what's going to happen, but I appreciate it all the same. Take care everyone, and I'll see you on the next one. You might be able to hear the kids are coming. It's that time of day. I do love that. That's so good. He's so sweet. Anyway, I better go. Take care. Bye.